Welcome back. President Tharman Shanmugaratnam says there is something to learn and appreciate from France hosting the Olympics. Now, he cites how Paris did not build many huge new facilities for the event, relying instead on existing infrastructure. President Tharman says Paris also sees the chance to speed up efforts to make the city greener, which would have otherwise taken years.
It's not just having the opening ceremony by the River Seine, which is a new concept. And they haven't had to build huge new structures for it. But it was a clever idea. But they've actually made this an Olympics of repair and reuse. They first hosted the Olympics in 1900 and then again in 1924. And then they hosted the World Cup much later. And they've actually reused the original infrastructure.
President Tharman made the comments at an engagement event with the Singapore community in Paris, where he will attend the Olympic opening ceremony on Friday. He also wished Team Singapore athletes well at the Games. About 100 people attended the session, including working professionals and students. He adds that ties between Singapore and France are well and strengthening.
And also to make this next year a joint year of sustainability, because we're not just doing things bilaterally in AI and many other areas. We're also wanting to contribute to the world by working on sustainability together. So the relationship is going well. But it was always also a people and culture relationship. It started very early.
During his visit to Paris, President Tharman met Team Singapore athletes at the Games Village. In a Facebook post, the president asked to celebrate all Singapore athletes, not just the Olympians and those who win, but everyone who tries their very best. CNA takes a look at some of Singapore's brightest medal hopefuls.
Sprint queen Shanti Pereira will be looking to create more history. In Paris, she'll star in the 100-meter sprint as well as the 200-meter race after becoming the first Singaporean to punch an Olympic ticket in this event. Now, this, of course, comes on the heels of a fairy tale run last year, striking gold and tumbling records at the Asian Games, Asian Championships and SEA Games. Our star fencer Amita Berthia will also be in the thick of action at the second straight Games. She'll compete in the women's foil and is currently ranked 35 in the world. The three-time SEA Games gold medalist made history in 2020 when she became Singapore's first female fencer to make it to the quadrennial event. On the badminton court, 2021 world champion Loh Kian Yew is smashing for a podium finish in the French capital. He returned in the singles event and aiming to make amends from his last outing in Tokyo, where he was knocked out in the group stage. World number 10 has also bagged silvers at SEA Games and Asian Championships. Kite foiler Max Mader, meanwhile, is making his Olympic debut. The teenager will be hoping for smooth sailing in Marseille when his event begins on 4th August at the Olympic Marina. Max heads into the Games in stunning form. Ranked first in the world, he sailed to his second world title in May and also claimed top honours at last year's Asian Games. Another debutante hoping to make a big splash is swimmer Letitia Sim. She'll be in action in 3 events at the Games: the 4x100-meter medley relay, as well as the 100 meters and 200-meter breaststroke. She's simply in stellar shape, breaking multiple national records and bringing home golds at the past 2 SEA Games.
The Paris Olympics is creating yet another historic milestone: equal numbers of men and women competing. There is also a full circle moment for the host city, which coincidentally played a big part in encouraging women to compete at the Games a century ago. Alif Amshah reports from Paris.
When Paris first hosted the Olympics in 1900, it became the first Games where women too could compete, with females making up 22 of the roughly 1,000 athletes competing. We arrive here some 124 years later, and the host is breaking barriers once more. For the first time ever at the Games, Women athletes will have as many places in the event as their male counterparts. This 50-50 allocation means that this Summer Games will be the first edition to achieve full gender parity on the field of play, with an equal representation for both men and women. But that's not all. There will also be a more gender-balanced sports program. 28 out of the 32 sports on offer are fully gender equal in Paris. The International Olympic Committee has described the milestone as one of the most important moments in history for women at the Games and in sport overall. It has also taken steps to make women more visible at the Olympics. Since Tokyo 2020, each team are encouraged to have one female and one male athlete jointly carry the flag at the ceremony. And that same spirit will be on full display once more when the French capital says bonjour to the world on Friday evening. Alif Amshah, CNA, Paris.